Honkings? They better be happy. I'm your host, Vulpicula. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Vulpi Snapshot Review, the show where I desperately come up with stupid ways of rewording this intro for no apparent reason. When in doubt, get meta. Without any further delay, let's get into 20W19A. 20W19A released on May 6, 2020. This snapshot is another feature-like change in bug fix heavy update, but I don't exactly have any complaints about that. Firstly, onto the minuscule feature list. In fact, it's so absolutely minuscule and affects the MRT so little, I'm just going to go over it rapidly and move on to the changes. Seriously, 3 changes. One involving the other generation, which we will never experience, one involving striders, which only spawn in the nether, and one that prevents mobs from spawning on rails. Next! The changes are far more substantial compared to the features section, but are rather small. It's like doubling the size of Monte Isola. It's still fucking tiny. First up, the texture of Blackstone has changed slightly. The top texture is now used on the bottom face of the block. The textures of the 2 new doors, which are, in case you don't remember, Crimson and Warp doors, now have hinges on them. How they opened before this, I do not know. Redstone wire has had another round of visual changes for reasons I don't quite understand. Someone at Mojang really seems to want to improve it for this update. Anyways, Redstone wire now visually connects when traveling up soul sand, 8-layer snow stacks, and the back of upside down stairs. Redstone particles are also now generated all over the wire instead of just the center. Did anybody actually notice this before? Because I sure as fuck didn't. A bunch of changes were also made to mobs and how they spawn, which for obvious reasons are not worth covering as we don't actually have naturally spawning mobs on this server. Thank fuck for that too, as I wouldn't want to be the guy scraping chunks of zombie off the windshield of intrarail trains. A small graphical tweak has been made to the creative menu. Block categories and tag names are no longer bold. Nobody probably noticed and nobody probably cares. Changes like this are what we're getting for the performance improvements. Remember that. Another change to tags has been made as well, which seems to be 1.16's running theme. Not really worth paying attention to be honest. Bug fix time! This is by far the most substantial part of this snapshot in terms of what it does for the server, and thank God for that. 20W19A fixed 41 bugs, 19 of which affect 1.15. The vast majority of these 19 fixes involve villagers, but the non-villager ones are pretty fucking exciting, so I will be going over those. MC168139 was patched out, which caused enchanted armor pieces worn by entities such as armor stands to randomly stop looking enchanted if looked at from certain angles. I'll finally be able to show off my obscene wealth from all angles thanks to this, so thank you Mojang. MC172524 got sucked into a jet engine and died a slow, painful death at several hundred degrees Celsius while stinking up the cockpit. Wonderful. This bug caused player name tags to render inconsistently while sneaking. Random letters would often appear to be darker than others, making the name tag harder to read. Thanks for patching this, Mojang. I now have an easier time telling who I'm sneaking up behind on while brandishing a knife. By far the most exciting fix this update is MC174568. This bug caused lag with rail updates. Specifically, it caused them to be about 3 to 4 times laggier than they were in 1.12. The bug has now received the Kennedy treatment, and hopefully TPS will improve as a result. That is all for the bug fixes in this snapshot. I do hope that last bug fix helps our TPS significantly. Now it is time for corporate shilling. Hooray!
Remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Catwoman 231 from MBS News. On the air because of some breaking news.
Those are the questions I want to try to answer.
And that would make you team number 1. Why did you tell A-Lion, like, immediately everything of what it was?
Time for fourth class.
Honk. If you recall, last week I did not have a community question and instead hinted that I'd be doing something different. And that was unfortunately going to be the case. But scheduling conflicts and issues with recording, such as a random heatwave thank you Pacific Ocean, have resulted in this being pushed back to the next episode. Unfortunately, this means there is absolutely no fucking content for this community section, but I'm sure I can come up with something. Just give me a moment. Behold! It's, just imagine I'm holding something really cool. Like, just roll the fucking outro. I'll see you all next week.